we will start with Abdul Karim, who is an Islamic lecturer and poet with a background in media and Islamic studies. He was the founder and co-director of Halakha Media and Black Banner Media. In 2002, he was a contributor to a documentary on the history of the Quran. Abdul Karim's most well-known documentaries are Escape the Matrix, Drug, Gangs and Rap, and the 1996 release From the Shadows, Exposing the New World Order. So that's when I was 3 years old in 1996. So this man's been doing it for a very long time. Previously, Abdul Karim has served as an Islamic chaplain devising and teaching an anti-drink and drugs program for the Muslim inmates of one of London's largest prisons. Please have a round of applause for Abdul Karim.
So, as I say, I was asked to do a poem tonight. Essentially, I wanted to look at the three themes that were coming across in Islamophobia, racism, and freedom of expression, and to question them, and that's one of the things that I do. The poem is called F.O.E, F-O-E, or freedom of expression. We've been told we live in a society with freedom of expression, or at least that's the impression. A notion to question causing manic depression to those who invest in truth suppression with a tyrannical aggression. So like a judge, let me outline my case and tell the truth to those who lie with a bold face, stopping those in freedom's race, seeking to embrace liberation, mankind's natural predication, now in a state of dilapidation, utter devastation, full annihilation, 1984, brought into manifestation. Freedom of speech used to impeach those who teach, and I don't mean hate preach. Dr. Tony Martin dropped a line and was labeled with a hate crime. He questioned historical facts with academic tracts, and they called it an anti-Semitic attack because he dared to say Jew enslaved black. Don't believe me, here's the line that tells the truth about the time. Jews were among the most important slave dealers. To conceal this truth would make me a disbeliever, dishonorable for any truth believer. Now before we proceed, let me read the source of the fact. Some would love to attack and use to distract from the fact Jews made a profit off the backs of the blacks. That's right. A history of the Jew, and yes, the author was a Jew. So please don't claim this is an anti-Semitic attack too, a fallacy that is clear to view. So I ask the question, do we really have freedom of expression? My words are not tame, so let me explain. I don't seek to cause pain, but telling the truth is no game. Forget thoughts of fame when you label those to blame and watch them hide their heads in shame. Honor and justice, they defame our mission to reclaim. France, the land of hypocrisy, I say without apology, when I see democracy in terminal velocity replaced with mediocrity, justice a forgotten philosophy, now consigned to mythology, the product of sick pathology. You earned a unique first, so please let me lay it down in a verse, although it may leave you averse. Democracies ready for a ride in a hearse, across the trampled rights of the people it shall traverse. I take no exception when you ban a rally opposing Palestinian suppression. So much for the land of freedom of expression. While you digest, let me digress and inform you of the fact Holocaust denial is a criminal act. The land of satire, please, you're a liar with nothing to admire or aspire. Time to inquire about the freedom of speech you claim others need to acquire. Sniper made you hyper, not a gun attack, but the Rap Act. With censorship faster than a viper, freedom of speech slams like Rowdy Roddy Piper. It's old school for some of you don't. What was the line that nearly got them time? France is a bitch and a nation of fascists. Sarkozy was so incensed, he made it a criminal, imprisonable offense. So let's put the country to the tyrant's test. Trust me, you get a cardiac arrest. Number one, powerful and continuing nationalism. Check. 2, disdain for the recognition of human rights. Check. 3, identification of enemies, scapegoats as a unifying cause. Check. Supremacy of the military. Check. Rampant sexism. Check. Controlled mass media. Check. Obsession with national security. Check. Corporate power is protected. Check. Disdain for intellectuals and the arts. Check. Obsession with crime and punishment. Check. Rampant cronyism and corruption. Check. Fraudulent elections. Check. And what of Monsignor, who caused an uproar and said, piss on Napoleon and de Gaulle? Some say justification for the denial of Haitian emancipation and a damning indemnity that still haunts the nation. And de Gaulle's disdain of black participation in French liberation from Nazi occupation, a fact he denied without hesitation. Let me make it clear, I'm not condoning machine gun attacks, but when it comes to Islam, it's open season on personal attacks by second-rate hacks who lack the vital facts. Scandal is all they handle, actions of a vandal. The truth is ample, but instead the truth they trample. On people's lives they gamble just to sell an angle and chase the fame that dangle. A situation that needs to get cancelled. The land of equality, a statement laced with volatility. Your argument is devoid of respectability and responsibility. When it comes to comparability, you're looking at profitability, resulting in equality, the reign of currency sovereignty. Charlie Hebdo, from the get-go, followed the standards of a minstrel show, like Jim Crow, that caused much woe, causing the blood to flow, bodies burn like charcoal. The portrayal of a woman as a monkey was funky, typical behavior of a racial junkie. But Hebdo did prove to be a Zionist flunky. 2009 was the year sublime when a joke was ruled a crime and deemed out of line. Self-deception of freedom of expression, the object of the lesson. Don't make a joke with a Jewish connection. Hebdo bowed to Zionist aggression, calling into question who decides transgression, allowing Islamic suppression. So I ask the question, do we really have freedom of expression? Legal protest needs to be addressed as the people have their rights dispossessed. The emperor appears undressed, failing democracy's test. My speech is suppressed enough to leave Lady Liberty depressed. I do confess actions with fascist sanction, open to expansion. I urge the people to tantrum, haunt the tyrants like a phantom, and let them know freedom can't be ransom. I had to put it in a hard rhyme because we're running out of time. Tomorrow, this could be a crime. Don't fight for freedom part-time or spare time. This is a lifelong grind. Parliament Square, protest if you dare. You need permission to be there. The government officiates who can peacefully retaliate, the sign of a fascist state. I can't differentiate, I can't agitate, and I need permission to castigate. I won't expiate when I'm told I live in a free state. Think it's a joke? Be careful of the yoke that choke and end up in a policeman's scope. Section 44 of the Terrorism Act 2000 will have you imprisoned just for shouting. And they say it's hate I'm sprouting. It's our freedom they're routing. Don't be left doubting. So I ask the question, do we really have freedom of expression? Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights reads, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinion without interference and to seek, receive and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. The Clash summed up this mess with words that impress and are timeless. You have the right to free speech as long as you're not dumb enough to actually try it. So I ask the question, do we really have freedom of expression? Thank you.